I have regretted many things in my life, but one of the biggest things I've ever regretted is the day that, I need to give you some background information. So I'm in a call with my friends and we're playing Fortnite. Well, this is back in like 2019. The game still wasn't, it was barely alive, but still alive. And we were talking, and I'm like, who would you guys pick to be a good wife for me? And then they're like, well, who do you think's good for you? Because, can't really give our opinion of that. And so then I was thinking of one person, and that was her. I'm not going to give away who she is, but if you know me, and if you're a friend of hers, well then you most likely know who it is. But anyways, back to the story. It's the day before Christmas break, and I have a plan to tell her that she's beautiful. So it went perfectly as it couldn't have been a more perfect setting. Science teacher lets us do whatever we want. We all go in a corner. We just start showing pictures of ourselves as children. And then she eventually walks over to her desk and then starts doing math, and then starts doing the math packet that we were given from math. We had like 7 different one of them. It was ridiculous. But anyways, she's all by herself. There's people around her, but it's not like right next to her. It's like 1 or 2 desks away, diagonal. It's perfect. I go over, I tap her on the shoulder, and I'm like, I see you're working on the math packet. That's cool. And I don't say anything. For the next, I don't even know, 5 to 7 minutes, I'm back and forth pacing, picking up garbage, putting it back. I don't even know what I was thinking at that point. In my mind, I'm like, if you mess up this perfect moment, you're going to regret this for the rest of your life. You're going to hate yourself. You're going to hate yourself for the rest of Christmas break and continuing on from that. But I don't. I don't blow the moment. I finally say it to her. I say, I don't say this often, but you're beautiful. And then just like that, she gets a reaction I was semi-expecting. It's an awe. She thanks me for giving her a compliment. She eventually finished what she's doing. She goes back to the back. We just have fun. Anyways, January 15th is one of the most important days in the story. So, on that day, I had written a note saying that I like her and listing off traits about her. Things that stand out about her and things that make her who she is. And makes her the type I'm looking for. And I give this, so we're in gym, which is a weird setting. But anyways, we're in gym, and one of my friends is sitting out. He's close friends with her, and I go up to him. I'm like, hey, can you give this to her? And then I hopped back down. She finishes up her game. She goes back. He reads it, and I'm like, oh, fuck, he knows. But he would have known anyways. But just gonna have to deal with that. So anyways, my team is the last team to play for the day, for gym, for the end of class. And we win. But in the moment, I celebrate. Imagine we're on the basketball court. We're all on one side, her and me. But then I celebrate. We go to the halfway part of the court, and she and her friend rush over to us as we're celebrating, which means she's moving to where we were, and we're moving farther away. She does this ring around Rosie thing for one time, and in my head, I'm like, you idiot, you could have just gone up to her. Come on. So, whatever, I'll just get her reaction tomorrow. So, class ends. She's talking to one of her friends. She tells her about the note, and then tell everybody. And then nothing happens for the rest of that day. January 16th is the day everything goes wrong. It's the day I regret the most. It's the day that I had just given up. On that day, recess comes along. Actually, in the beginning of the day is what I regret the most. I'm wearing my best sweatshirt I guess I could wear. She's wearing something cute. I mean, looks good on her. A little pink. It's nice. It's good. I like it. But instead of going up to her, I stay in the back with the boys in science. In science, there's a fish tank, and it's in the back of the room. Me and the boys stay there. I see her walk in and sit. So she sits in front of me. So I could have sat next to her or behind her. But instead, I'm like, yo, I'm just going to screw up my life, and I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to stay here with the boys. Big mistake right there. Already regretting that for my life. Lunch comes around, and then at lunch, she gives me a wave, going to where she sits. I'm like, freaking yes, that's something. But then, in that same moment, now that I look back on it, it was a wave of defeat. After that wave, we had recess. It was in the gym. Why does everything happen in science or gym? This makes no sense. Whatever. It doesn't matter when it happens anymore. Alright. Back to the story. Recess comes along. Her friend comes up to me. And she's like, she's mine. And that's it. That's literally all she says. And in that moment, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that's it? That's how you're going to end this? And in my mind, I'm like, to this day, I'm like, I should have been like, I said okay. But at the end of recess, they're like, are you okay? Are you heartbroken? I'm like, no, why would I be heartbroken? She literally said nothing to break my heart. And to this day, I'm like, I want a reaction from her. I don't want a response from you. I don't even care about who you are. And eventually, down the road, they like play some couple scene. It's bad. It's bad. Life sucks at that point in time. Eventually, about 1 month and a quarter after that happened, I'm defending my friend who was being chased by this person who we upset. So anyways, I'm defending him, and then she's like, who's this? And all I could think in that particular moment is, bitch, do you not know who I am? You're the person who ruined my life for the past month. You're the person who ruined everything I had. Every single thing that had built up to this moment, you ruined it. I could have done something, but you're the one who was the roadblock in the life and the death of me. And I was pissed off. I didn't fight back. And guess what? I even got punched in the gut by her. I took it. I mean, it hurt, but just showing my pain hit me. It's just something I had to deal with. So anyways, March comes around. This happened in January. January 16th is when everything went wrong. It's March. It's like March 2nd or 3rd, or even 4th. And then in social studies, we have our social studies teacher writes down the names of everybody that has a birthday and on what date. And I'm like, oh, hey, her birthday's on the 10th, which is only 2 days before mine. So I'm like strategizing in my head. All right, that's on a Tuesday. My birthday's on a Thursday. There's a 1 day gap to where I can redeem myself and where things can go better. I have the ability to redeem myself. This is my one opportune moment to do so. So anyways, that day comes. I have a note. Well, it's not really a note. It's a birthday card. It has $10 in it. It has 14 on the front. And then it has that dumb store-written text. It doesn't matter what it says. I say, from me, from me, have a great day, beautiful. I compliment her in the note, and then on top of that, I draw my signature character with her initials in a heart, and my character's looking at her, looking at the heart. So, but it's redemption time. Tomorrow will be the final judgment, to where if I can redeem myself or if I will be stuck in this failed life of not being able to do anything. I'm gonna do the opposite of what I did. Instead of doing nothing for her, I'm gonna go to her locker each and every day, talk to her, actually have conversations, compliment her each day, and I'm gonna do the opposite of what I did, because I regret everything I did a month and 3/4 ago. I regret it all, but I'm not going to regret this. Failure is obviously always an option, but it's not what I'm looking for.